BK Rita Red Band. Man, I roached that thing trying to take that profile or that thumbnail picture. Steve Saka's. Even when you burn it bad, it smokes good. Hmm. Mm-hmm. So, me and the first lady. It was my week off. Well, my we're at the Carmel, and every once in a while, we got 10-hour shifts. We work rotating shifts and this and that. And every once in a while, it comes together about every 3 weeks that I get 5 days off in a row. And so I try to knock out a bunch of reviews, lots of stuff around the house, spend time with the first lady. That's important. And we do projects together and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, we started picking up, cleaning up, and organizing something. We had to go into the safe. Yeah, I got a little floor safe that I got a bunch of stuff in. That we just keep cramming stuff in there. We got jewelry in there. We got paperwork in there. We got home defense stuff in there. We got just stuff of value that we've been cramming in there for years, right? And so we just keep stuffing stuff into, more me than anybody, into the safe. Now, this old man mentality. I put my batteries in there. I put my double A's and triple A's in there because every time I try to get double A's and triple A's, Dad Jim, grandkids, and kids, and the wife takes all my batteries. I go to get a battery and I ain't got a battery. That's true. Hang on. There we go. I bet I sound better now. Don't look better. Lights ain't going to help me, but I'll sound a little bit clearer anyway. So, we decided to do a deep dive, a thorough clean of the safe. It took 3 hours to go through that stuff. Not a big safe, but it took 3 hours to go through. I took everything out of the safe, put it on the bed, and we went through it. And so we started going through all the paperwork. We had stacks of papers, stacks and stacks of papers. And so I set them down, and the first lady started going through it. Just old papers that we didn't need, some that we needed, some birth certificates and stuff, passports and stuff that we needed too. But she was going through all that, and I was starting to go through the stuff and laying it out and organizing it. And it hit me. Every last thing I stuck in that safe, maybe not the batteries, was something of value and importance to me at the time. We've had that safe for, 15 years, maybe. Yeah. I've had it for a long time. Had a lot of stuff crammed full. I mean, I couldn't get nothing else in there. It was so crammed full. It was disorganized. And so as I started pulling all the stuff out, I'm like, what the heck? What's this in there for? What's that in there for? Then I come across some old pocket knives that were just cheap China-made pocket knives. And all sorts of other stuff. I threw away about a garbage can, kitchen garbage can full of stuff. Papers. We got rid of a lot of papers. Had to shred things. First lady's big on shredding so that you don't have the identity issues. So we shredded a bunch and we got rid of a bunch. We threw a bunch away and we went through stuff. And it was amazing for me to see some of the stuff that I had value in, valuable enough to keep in the safe, that really had no value. So I started thinking deeper into it. I'm like, why would I put all that garbage in there and this and that and subpar quality stuff when I got this great quality stuff? Then I started thinking about it. Over those 15 years, my life had changed. My priorities had changed. Some stayed the same. That's why that stuff went back in the safe. But some stuff I had either elevated because I made better money and I put better stuff in there, or I accumulated the stuff. I got some silver coins, some silver eagles and stuff that I've got in there that, just keep stacking, Not that I'm a prepper or anything, but I like having silver. I do. Now I'm starting to make coin rings, and so that stuff will slowly start to fade out of the safe. And when I get better at making coin rings, start making some silver rings. And I've got these neat little cigar rests I've been making out of Eisenhower dollars, right? So I'll probably lose some of my Eisenhower dollars. But it dawned on me that at that time in my life, the things that I put in the safe had important value to me. It was my precious things. And as time goes on, the safe gets crammed up and full and crowded with stuff that really doesn't have the same value to me. And so sometimes, should have been a lot earlier, needed to open up that safe and do a purge and do a clean out. Keep the things that have value, keep the things that have history, keep the things that are part of the legacy, but make room for new things for the elevation of the life I'm living now. So, thanks, Bob. I appreciate you getting on here and telling me that you cleaned your safe. Humble bragging that you got a safe. Got some silver. There's more to it, because I started thinking about it. I don't look like much of a deep thinker, but you know what? Sometimes I'll trip in a deep hole. I'll do some thinking. So my thinking was, if I traded the safe for my mind and for my heart and for myself, there's some merit in that. Because the things that were important to me, the things that I needed to keep safe, the things that got me through the time of my life, 54 years, some of them I don't need to keep anymore. And if I keep all those things, let's imagine when you were a baby, the most important things you needed was bottles, baby bottles and diapers, right? Maybe a bunkie, maybe a little wubby, a little stuffed animal that you slept with, which I still have mine. It's Eeyore. But, you know, I don't need diapers now that I'm 54, maybe when I'm 84. That's a different story. But if I just kept myself in that stage of childishness, I have no room for the things that I need now. So maybe I went through times in my life where I had to use resources and set myself up mentally, physically, and emotionally to protect myself and guard myself against things. And that time has passed. I'm through that. It's not the same. And if I keep living my life with those items in my head and in my heart, I don't have room to go to that next space. My safe in my head and in my heart is so full of stuff I don't need anymore that I can't store up those things that will help me into the next phase. Wow. Right? You know, surprised at myself when I thought that up too. So I need to keep the core things. The things that have continual value. Love for family. Respect for others. Hard work ethic. Doing good for good's sake. Making a difference in people's lives. Loving and caring. Defending those that need to be defended. Protecting those that need to be protected. But those petty emotional things, I need to do a clean out in the safe of my heart, in the safe of my mind. And in doing that, I leave room for the next level of who I am. I wonder if your safe is full. And I wonder if your safe needs to be cleaned out. I don't know. Only you know. But I hope if you have things that you need to get rid of, I hope you're willing to let them go. I hope the things that make you who you are, you hang on to forever because you're awesome, you're phenomenal, and you're amazing. You make the world a better place when you're who you are. But the hurts in your life, the scars, maybe you should minimize them. Don't forget them, but don't dwell on them either. Because there's so much greatness out there for you to get to. There's so much greatness for you to experience. There's so much awesomeness out there that's going to make your life a little bit better. And it's my hope that you choose to do a personal clean out. I'm going to do a personal clean out. I'm going to try to get rid of some stuff I don't need to hang on to anymore. So that's it. Next, I need to clean out my closets. No. Enough emotional to get rid of for today. I'll see you later. I love you. I really do. Later, Tater. You're safe with me. That's your safe space. If you're playing baseball, you slid home and you were safe. Sorry. I love you. Bye-bye.